Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, I know everybody got a chance to read the agenda because Madam Secretary sent them out a few days ago. I need an approval as the agenda is submitted. Somebody put a motion. Brandon put a motion. And Ethel will second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. So moved. Approval of the minutes from the June 28th meeting. I know the June 28th minutes. Sure. Okay. That would what he would. It will be on the November ballot.
November ballot.
Yeah. All right, we'll amend that. We'll delete that out.
And under 10, under the action items, Kyle was obtained from the vote instead of abstained.
Abstained,
sorry.
yeah.
One last thing, that on the last item where it says the debt for the rink is $39,000, well, I understood Kim's explanation, but yours for the tickets in the cash bar, should this not have had a statement that said what it was for and what the event was and when it was going to be or anything?
Tickets in the cash bar from the Island Fest?
That's all it says on the back, on the end of the minutes.
I think she's talking about the event for Halloween that we were planning to do that event to help with some of the debt.
It doesn't explain what it's for, and that's what I
Oh.
was wondering.
Yeah, that's for an event we have coming up on October 27th. It's a Halloween party.
Okay. Yeah, because it said tickets for $30 and $50 in the
Yes,
cash
that's what it
bar.
was,
It doesn't
yeah.
say what it was for. Okay, thank you.
Any other amendments? Thank you, Ethel, for catching that. I need a motion to approve the amended minutes from the June 28th meeting.
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. We have a couple presentations tonight. Peter is not here. Maybe he'll be coming in shortly. Becky Arndt from the Grosedale Soccer Association. I understand you're the new president. You want to come up and introduce yourself and tell us where you live, your name. Make sure that microphone's on, please.
Microphone on? Oh, it is. All right. Hi, I'm Becky Arndt. I am the new GISA KS soccer president, and I live on Grosedale. I have 4 kids in the school district, so on Manchester, the best one ever. I am coming to ask, would it be possible for the Chaos program to use Centennial Farms for practice fields for our younger children, our little ones? It would be when you pull into Centennial Farms on the right-hand side. It would be from August to mid-October, and then early April through June 10th. It would be for our younger kids, our little ones, and practices usually run from 5 to 7. We would take care of all the mowing. We would take care of all the nets. We would provide them all. We would provide striping the fields if necessary. And we are asking if we can use that for just practice only, and it would just be the little kids.
Okay, so it sounds to me that you guys are running out of room
We
over
are running out of room.
across the street here.
Yes.
And when you say chaos, that is,
The
can you
GISA.
define what chaos is?
Chaos is the recreation and the travel program. It's under the same
Okay.
Grosedale Soccer Association.
Okay. So when we're talking little kids, can you just, you
Like
know,
5 and 6 year olds.
so this is all the little guys?
little
this
guys.
is it more recreational
Yes.
soccer that will be held at
Yes.
Centennial Farm.
Yes, more recreation, not any of the travel program, just the younger kids, because we
So
need
not
the space
the-
to practice.
Not those deep cleats.
No, no,
Okay,
not the,
sorry. I
we
know the
won't be tearing
cleats.
up the fields.
You know, and this is, something I know that we've talked a little bit on the outskirts of this. I knew this was coming down the pipeline, that they're running out of some space up there. The program soccer is growing. I was there through Island Fest and all these kids, and soccer is probably the number one sport on the island. Every kid can play soccer. So I had asked, let's talk to the commission about this, because they're running out of room. And everyone knows where that property is. We use that space right when you drive into the farm, right to the right. It's a big kind of open grass field. And we normally only use that area for overflow parking for the fall festival. Any event that we have, that's what we use it for. So, I want the commission to think about that. And we are missing some of our commission tonight. So this is something that I'm sure we want to talk about. Some positives with that, we're supporting our recreational soccer program. They said tonight if there's any wear and tear to that grass, that they would replace that. And when you're dealing with little kids soccer, which I know as well, you got little feet running around. They're not tearing the grass up. So those are some things just to think about before we make a decision, because we do have to make a decision, and we definitely want to support our soccer programs. So is there anything else that I missed? And with the time frame, because I was concerned about some of the residents surrounding that live right there, and you bring little kids and they're loud and this, that, and the other thing. I think that time frame from 5 to 7, we're not going to be, bothering any neighbors that are neighboring the perimeter of the Centennial Farm. So,
And 9 times out of 10, parents drop their kids off, so you wouldn't have a huge parking issue either.
right.
They brought their kids off, they practice their hour and a half, and then they come back and pick them up.
And about how many kids at a time for practice? Are we looking at 2 fields,
15.
1 field? How many kids? 15?
15, yeah, and
So
2
this is-
coaches.
Little minor. So,
And it wouldn't be the huge nets that they use for the 11v11 fields. It would be the smaller pop-up nets that they would be practicing on. Weekday. And yep, it would be only during the weekend, only for practice. No games or anything like that, just practice.
I remember when the farm was run before,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not politically. Anyway, I remember that a lot of the residents up and down that street complained about the driving.
Okay.
I think it wasn't even paved then. So they were complaining about the increased traffic that goes up and down Third.
And most times, most of the little kids will practice once a week.
That's all I'm just saying,
Yeah.
is that at one time, that was a big issue, that we didn't have the soccer fields there because of the traffic up and down Third Street. I don't know who lives there now, but I just remember that being
so I
an
think
issue.
what we'll do, with courtesy to our residents, that I will reach out to them within the
Right.
next couple of days and ask them if a couple of cars, I don't foresee it, because I know the difference between what y'all do over there and what's going to be happening there.
Yeah, and a lot of times the little ones, they do carpool.
Yeah.
They'll say, hey, Becky, I have 4 kids. Can you take my kids? Sure, if you pick mine up, like that type of thing.
Yeah, and,
Right.
and it's
A
like
lot
I
of
said, it's from
carpooling.
5 to 7. It's dinner time, and
I just think it would be good to talk to all
yeah, and I
those
will talk to
residents.
them, because we definitely
'Cause
want
they
to
used
make.
to put out those little guys holding the flag,
Right.
slow down, because people go pretty fast on Third
Yeah.
Street.
I think that we could always invite them to come watch the kids practice too. On the other side, they can come down and watch them. Maybe
Right.
some of the or younger or whatever. Don't know.
And what we could do, I know you requested for fall usage and spring,
Yes, please.
and we could maybe see how the fall goes, and so there's a lot of pieces, to the puzzle. We
Absolutely, I
definitely
understand that.
support, your need for more space. There's no doubt about that, but we also have to take all these other things into consideration and courtesy to our residents as well. So,
Absolutely.
so if we can, we'll talk about this. And when is the first day that you would need?
Coaches are wanting to start practice August 9th, but if we can get it somewhere in that time frame, that would be wonderful. Right.
Any more questions for,
I give you an answer by the next meeting.
Absolutely.
that's not gonna work out for them.
Well,
Right.
if
We
we're
can
on
make it
delay,
work.
They can, you guys can
Can make
work a
it
little
work.
bit,
Oh.
and we'll make that'll give us enough time for me to talk to the
Okay.
residents, us to talk as a group.
I think that's
And if we know sooner, obviously, yes, I will reach out to
Okay,
you personally.
that works for me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome as the president to that group. Thanks. Okay, I see, so do I go back to Mr. Cantz or, okay. Peter, you wanna come on up and introduce yourself and give us your address? He knows the routine.
Peter Cantz, 22119 West River Road, and I'm here representing the Grosse Hill Nature and Land Conservancy. I'm the president of that organization. And I apologize for being late, but I thought the meeting started at 6:30. I've got a few pictures here that I want to show you. I'm talking about today about the Phase 2 of the retaining wall project at Sunrise Park. And what I want to show you is, for some of you don't know, this is what Sunrise Park looked like when the township first took ownership of it. It was a complete mess. This is what Sunrise Park looked like after the shed was torn down and all the debris and garbage was picked up. And you can see where there was actually a beach down there at one time, you know? Imagine that. It's under about 2 feet of water right now, but when the water's back down at its normal level, there'll be a beach there again. This is a picture of the staircase that was built down there. And once the staircase was built, that's when we were able to really start working on the park. That staircase was built by Ethan Ames as his Eagle Scout project. This is a picture of the retaining wall we built down there, and I say we, Grosse Hill Nature and Land Conservancy, built down there in the spring of this year. And this is right after it was put up. The landscaping hasn't been put in, but if you have been down there lately, you know, the slope is all covered with grass and there's bushes planted down there, and it looks real nice. So Phase 2, we want to build the same type of retaining wall on the south side of the stairway. So what you see here is the north retaining wall, north of the stairway, and what we're proposing is the exact same type of retaining wall running south of the stairway. The wall would be approximately 56 feet long, which is the same length as the wall on the north side. It'd be 6 feet high, which is the same height, actually 5.5 feet high, same height as the wall on the north side, at least the northernmost section, or the southernmost section of that wall. You can see here what that looks like. This part of the wall is 4.5 feet high. This part of the wall is 6 feet high. So it'd be similar to that, and we would landscape it in the same way. The slope would be planted with grass, and then bushes be planted along the top of the wall. We already talked to our donor. We have a donor that's interested in financing most of the project. I've already talked to Campo Brothers, which was the contractor who did most of the installation work for us. We expect the cost for the materials will be about the same as the last wall. There'll be about 10 additional blocks because of the higher height of the wall. The blocks run close to $200 a piece, so materials will be about $2,000 more. But the excavation work and everything should be about the same because the length of the wall is the same. If you look at some of these pictures in the area where we're actually going to have to build that wall, you can see there's remnants of what is actually the back wall of that old shed that was down there, and that acts as a retaining wall. But that whole area was covered with dirt and rocks about 5 years ago to minimize the slope over there. So we'd have to dig into that slope that was built and dig down almost to where that retaining wall is. There's also an old cistern down there. We'd either have to knock that out or build in front of it somehow. So there are some challenges to doing this. Campo Brothers is aware of all that. They said, no problem, we can knock down anything, and they probably can. It's been a real pleasure working with Campo Brothers. Charlie Campo's a real nice gentleman to work with, and he gave us a good deal on the labor, so we're real happy to be able to work with him again. Here's a better picture of what's underneath there. This thing is before the slope was built up in that area. You can see the concrete walls, and this all sits on a concrete slab where the shed used to be. So that's the proposal. Timing-wise, we're talking about doing this probably between October of this year and April of next year. A lot of it depends on availability of the contractor and availability of the materials. Also, we don't want to shut down the park, during the summer or when the weather's good and people are actually using it. So we'll try and do it during the winter, late fall, early spring, that type of thing. Last time we did it in the March, April timeframe, worked out real well. We were able to plant grass there, and the grass grew, during the spring, and it looks real nice for the summer. So we're looking for your buy-in, so we can go ahead and talk to our donor and have them commit the money and get things rolling.
I think that's the main thing that everybody needs to know, that this is coming from a private donor that's doing this. It's not the taxpayers, it's not the rec commission, and you all know that, but I think everybody out there needs to know that too, just so we're all on the same page. And I love it. I can't thank you enough and your organization and the donor for doing this. It's really nice down there, and if you haven't been down there, you need to go check it out. Ethel will get down there, we'll get you in a kayak. And any discussion
Fine.
from the commission here?
Nope.
Keep it going. Do we need to vote on this, Kim?
We didn't put it as an action item. And I don't know if we can add to the agenda now that we have started, but
You know how we all feel about it. We can get that on the September, and
yeah, and we'll put it
You
to
said
a
October,
formal
right?
vote. And obviously, when this type of work is done, I was involved with the first phase, working with the township as well, permits. We go through all that process. This isn't just put a wall in and go about your day. So there's a lot of work that Peter does and make sure things are done properly and permits and those types of things. So, and it was,
Like I said, the earliest we could start would be October. We do work with both Brains, the township engineer. He'll
Yep.
look over the whole thing and helps with the permitting, and so will Dale. Dale's helped us with getting the permits.
Right.
Or, so we, through the township, we don't have to always get all the permits. So, although we do run through everybody, it's just we get a, what do you call it? Trying to think of the term, but,
we,
run it through the proper channels.
right, there you
yeah,
go.
everything went through the proper channels
Yes.
last time. We'll do the same thing this time.
We all seem to like the idea of this, so we're all good with it, but we will vote on it in September, or I'm sorry,
August. Yeah, we'll put it on the August vote.
Okay.
But you can still continue the conversations and get the ball rolling. Don't stop the momentum of that project, and we'll put it to a vote in August.
Okay, real good. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Peter.
Yep.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for everything, Peter.
And speaking of channels, bump, next segue, we have Robin Moyer from the Grosvenor Profile. If you want to come up and say your name, where you live, and put that magazine back on the light thing, would be great. Thank you.
Welcome. Hi, I'm Robin Moyer. I live on East River on Hickory Island, and I'm pleased to be here today. I'm the marketing director of the Grosvenor Profile. It was previous to Channels Magazine, but we rebranded it to the Grosvenor Profile Parks and Rec. So you see a photo of it here. Peace to everybody. And I'm so excited to share this partnership with the rec department, the Grosvenor Rec Department. And our first issue came out in May. I'm sure many of you have seen it and felt it. We put a lot of thought, a lot of work and energy into this. We totally revamped the channels. We put a lot of color in it. We have photos in here that are just outstanding. We actually have a photographer that keeps coming here, and they're taking photos of everything on the island. So this will continue to look absolutely stunning, and a lot of great things in it. It's a fresh new look for the rec department, and we just have so much that they offer to everybody here. The classes, the venues, the events, all that you're doing, keep it up. And I hope that people continue to sign up and that this tool will be a tool for them to use to say, wow, I want to do this. And we hope we leave a lasting impact on all of you with the Grow Seal profile. We're now working on a September-October issue, so I can't wait to hear what you guys have coming up. And we're going to have a Halloween party, right, Chad? At the hangar.
Working on it.
And very excited about that and everything that you guys are doing. So thank you for the opportunity for us to partner up with you. We enjoy working with you, and we will do a lot in the future for you. Just come to us and let us know what you need.
Question. So some of the advertisers, because I know this magazine's doing advertisement like we didn't do in the past, and just so the community knows, 3 of the issues are dedicated to our programs, and then there's 2 or 3 that come in between our main issues that people are going to see hitting their mailboxes in the next few weeks and stuff.
Correct.
So how do you go about contacting you if they want to run an ad or they're interested in the price? Because it's really reasonable. I know what the prices are. We don't need to go into that right now. But do you have a phone number? Is it in this one, the contact for?
It is very cost effective because we wanted to make sure that everybody could be a part of it on Grow Seal. So with that said, you can contact me. A lot of people know who I am, obviously, but you can contact me. Our phone number is 734-282-4640, extension 1. Or you can reach me at my email, Robin, with 2 B's, ROBBIN, at Robin, 2 B's, at growsealprofile.com. Sorry, I have a lot of them. And again, if you need to reach me, you can find me in the magazine too. There's contact information in there. And the ads actually start at like $99, so it can fit everybody's budget.
The ones that have our programs, are they always going to say Parks and Rec on it, or is that just for the kickoff issue that we see that?
It will always say the Parks and Rec issue.
It will, okay.
Because it is our partnership.
And that one doesn't come out till late, like in the early fall, but there's one coming out in the next few weeks.
Exactly.
It's the standard issue.
Yes.
Standard issue.
So we will have 6 that come out a year. Quarterly will be the actual Park and Rec, where we have all the events and all the programs in there. And then the other 3 in between will just be beautiful photos of the island and different things that are going on here.
And Gigi's Journal.
And Gigi's Journals, let's not forget that.
Any
Which I absolutely love, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I think I know her. Any questions for Robin about the new issue coming? I know in a little bit Kim's going to touch on some stuff that we have coming up and share with that. Robin, thank you so much. We love the publication. I mean, everybody gets excited. I know Wendy gets beat up at Kroger's trying, where's my Grow Seal Profile magazine? So they're like gold sometimes. So thank you so much for coming to give the presentation.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we're running out of them right now. We have like 3 left, so I get what you're saying.
All right.
But
Thank
they
you.
are online too. I mean, the profile is always on. It's
rec.
on the Connect app, and it's also on the website as well. So for those that misplaced it or whatnot, they still can get the information off the websites and so forth. So
Yeah, they can even go through the Grow Seal Township site,
Yep.
get into the rec department, and all this
And
is
the
on there.
app.
I was looking for some stuff the other
Yeah,
day.
there's
Yep,
a
so.
great link on there. Okay. Yeah.
and Robin, thank you. I love the magazine.
Thanks. See you later. I'll see you in a bit later. All right. Thanks, Robin. All right. Presentation. Public comment. Anybody? No? Okay. My report. I want to let everybody know that the rec millage is coming up. This is really, really important. This is a renewal. We're not asking for any additional funds. That will be on the November ballot. And going forward, you know, I just want everybody to know out there that the renewal is very important to keep this department going, to bring you the good services, the programs, everything that you've that a lot of you moved to the island for and enjoy while you're here, and we have gotten involved with a lot. I would like to bring up a couple things we have coming up. Oh, she can't do that magazine thing. Can you guys get a see this while I'm in here, TV people? No? All right, let me go up there. Okay, we had really, really good success with a few of our last events. Last night was our Christmas in July. We had over 125 kids, adults. It was a huge success. It was the first one, our inaugural event. And we want to thank everybody that came out and partook in that. The next one we have is coming up on a Tuesday, August 7th from 8 to 10. We're going to take the ice rink over at Water's Edge, and we're going to use it as a skating rink. It's being billed as a disco party. It's only $5 per person. It doesn't have it here, but it's 7:30 to 8 o'clock. We have the Downriver Derby dolls. That's right. And they're going to come and do demonstrations. They're a lot of fun, these girls on wheels. So they get going, and we will have a DJ, a great light show. It's a dress, bell bottoms, rainbow afros. So roller disco party. Bring your boogie fever and shake, shake, shake. Don't forget your roller skates, $5 a person. That's Tuesday, August 7th from 7:30 to 10. Wendy, you want to hit this one, the back to school? Oh, pretty much. All right, the back to school family camp out. This is an overnight this one's held at Centennial Farms. This is $25 per family. You must provide your own tent and camping gear. We have a minimum of 15, so you can sign up at they can go to the recreation site and sign up online, or you can call 734-675-2364. That's the back to school family camp out. That's August 10th on to the 11th. Friday starts at 8 and ends at 8 a.m. Oh, it is an overnight one.
We are going to do a movie that night. We're going to be doing activities for the kids. And Commission, I need us to all work in shifts that night because I'm not going to bake 12 hours. But we do need a minimum of 15 registrations. This is a lengthy event, so that's why we posted. We need at least 15 families or persons to make this event go. So I just want to make note, if people have registered, I have not checked. If we don't get the 15, we will cancel the event. Okay?
Sounds fun, though.
Fun.
I'll give them a bunch of sugar and stuff. Well, we are televised. I would like to give a shout out to the Island-wide garage sale. That's Friday and Saturday, August 17th and 18th from 9 until 4 in the afternoon. You can contact Margie downstairs. Her phone number, 734-676-4422, extension 210. That's Margie at Grozeal.com. You have to pre-register for that. I mean, how many of you are doing this?
Then the folks.
I know you're having one. Oh, right. They can get the maps downstairs, and I know they have them at the Commons and on Macomb Street and all that. So, yeah, shout out to Island-wide garage sale. While I'm up here, I would like to let you guys know that the Tour de Ile that is going to be on the homecoming weekend, that has been canceled. There is no Tour de Ile bike ride. No. On September 30th. I'm going to get back up there to my seat. All right, Kim, since you're back up here, now we're going to have, I mentioned the rec millage, if you want to elaborate on that, on the number 7 director's report.
I spoke on, I'm just staying seated. I spoke on Monday night at the township board meeting. We do have a lot of residents that chime in on especially the board meeting nights, and I'm not sure how many viewers we have during CRC, but, as I head into my second year of managing the operations for the recreation department, I look at financials. I have them right here. I know where we're running short. I know where we're excelling. I know where we are struggling with preventative maintenance and old pipes at the pool and old HVACs and those types of things, which I've communicated to the commission in a lot of emails. I want the commission to be on board with every dollar that I spend. We are facing, some serious repairs and some serious upgrades to our buildings. So You know, the millage money, which is currently, I believe, 523,000. I hope I'm right. That,
About
yeah,
there, yeah.
523, and 80. So that money is so important for us. Without it, we can't do the things that we do, and that's what I expressed Monday night. And I try to let the community know that, you know, we've turned over a lot of things in the last year and 2 months that we've been here. We have a new commission that's very involved. Live on the island. I put my heart and soul into this department. You know, I'm working 40 to 60 hours a week. You know, that's what I do. That's why I care. And I know this commission cares as well, including Festival, because we're kind of that team effort. Festival is part of recreation. So when I talk to voters, when I talk to people, Kim, what are you doing with your money? People ask me that question. I'm not spending it. I'm saving it. With my experience and my background, you do have to save some money for the unexpected. When we have a swimming pool that's over, I don't know how many years old, 20-some years old, we're going to face some serious repairs. Same with the HVAC, things at the farm. Those are big ticket items. And, you know, people have said, Kim, you're very, very conservative, and I am conservative because I've seen bad things happen. So right now, you know, I'm conserving on the expense line. That's what I'm doing. We need new city trucks. We see our trucks floating around the island, those yellow things. You know, and, you know, just even with working with GISA and Gyra, you know, I'm thankful that they are able to stand on their own 2 feet right now and maintain those properties. Down the road, when we get financially strong, we want to give back to you guys and helping with those properties. But as of right now, I'm facing some serious things that we've got to take care of because we got a whole island that we serve. We serve a lot of people at the pool. We serve the equestrian club at the farm, Sunrise Park. We need staff to maintain that. Water's Edge is the golf course, those types of things. It costs a lot of money to maintain those properties. So it's kind of a puzzle that we're putting together. I just want the community to please consider that. We'd love to keep doing what we're doing. We've got a strong commission, festivals tied into recreation. You know, those that love festival and paint the town red and the luau and all these things we do, it all ties in together. So just when you're going to vote, please consider keeping that millage strong for us, because without it, we cannot survive. So that's my piece.
If I can bring something up, and just the 2 cents I've been hearing from a lot of people I know is when I tell them about the millage, the first thing they say is, well, what do you guys do? Not everybody knows what is all involved with the rec department. So you bring it up and they're like, oh, well, we didn't know that. Because a lot of people are like, oh, that's money I can save. But what they're not realizing is it runs the farm, the equestrian, the programs, all the events on the island. So I don't know if there's a way. I'm not sure 9,000 residents are watching this tonight or reading their Facebook. If there's a way to get that to everybody to say what the rec department does and offers to the community, it's probably going to go a long way.
I'm going to be working on an article that goes in the next profile, because I do want to put a nice article together. And basically, if you look at the profile, that's what we do. Everything that involves recreation is in there. So
I think we get that. It's the hard part is even people I know that have lived there their whole lives don't know that. Oh, hey, Water's Edge runs the golf or rec department runs the golf course? Oh, we thought Water's Smokies did. That's what I hear. And I'm like, Smokies, really? I'm like, no. I'm like, the rec department runs that. You walk
Right.
through the rec department to pay to golf. So that's what,
Right,
that would be
sure.
a great thing to get out there. And the other thing is the fact is it's not an increase, it's just a renewal.
it's a renewal. That is correct. But I do want to clarify that Smokies does not run the rec department. Smokies leases that space, and that's revenue that we get from Smokies. So they are leasing that area in the dollar amount of $39,000 a year for this year, 2018. I'm working on 2019 with them right now. So that's income that we get. That goes towards our revenue on that leased property. Same thing with the farm. Mr. Luton and his business out there, that is a lease agreement at the farm, not the rec building, but the actual farm and the horses and all of that, and the dollar amount of $1,100 a month. And that's public record for those that want to know those actual dollars. And I didn't negotiate the leases. They were there when I came. I'm in the process of fine-tuning those lease agreements. So, but the lease agreement for Mr. Luton, I believe, we have 4 years to go on that, and we are locked in at 1,100. So, but again, he does a good thing out there. He maintains his horses. He's handling the equestrian club. I don't hear a thing from any resident. No complaints, no nothing. So that's a good thing. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. I haven't had any complaints on Smokies. So they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, in my opinion. So, but everyone's going to have a different opinion with food and service and those types of things. But that's everyone's choice to do that. What I'm concerned about is that Smoky has paid their payment, their monthly payment, on time and in full. So I do want to make that clear to the public. They are making those payments on time. They are not behind this year. So that's a positive.
And I would just like to say that I think when people move to a community, besides the schools and the safety of the community, recreation is a huge part in why you come here with your families or not with families, and just, so, but thank you, Kevin, for what you said too about what we do. A lot of people don't know that we oversee all those, and the millage isn't, it's about half of what it's cost to run that whole thing. So thank you, Kim. You done?
Well, I wanted to just go over a couple of the fall
Okay.
programs, if that's
Sure.
okay. As Robin stated, we are working on our fall and winter program guide, which is the profile. We are bringing back a lot of the traditional events, Fall Festival, Hooray for Halloween, Trick-or-Treating on Macomb. Some of and Breakfast with Santa, Island Glow, those are all going to stay. Those are popular island events with great attendance. Those are never going to go anywhere. Are we adding? Of course we're adding. That's what we do. Some of the other things we're looking at is a trunk or treat. I don't know if anyone knows what trunk or treat is. It's basically people can come to Water's Edge, park their cars, and kids can actually trick or treat in a parking lot. So for those that have soccer or other events that can't actually go out on trick or treat night, we're going to offer a second trick or treat for our kids on the island. So we haven't picked a date. I'm just kind of bringing up some new things. We have the Easter event, mother-son bowling, our karate program, that's definitely coming, the children's choir, the 6th grade running club. We're doing tennis after school. Fitness, we're boosting the fitness at night. I posted a Facebook post, and a lot of my working mommies on the island did respond. So cardio drumming will be at night, high-intensity training. Everything is going to be happening after the dinner hour at the farm. So we're going to boost that fitness program for our mommies on the island. We have a Better Backs program, which is a physical therapy class, something new. We're going to do yoga in the afternoon and evening. We're bringing yoga at night. That is very popular. We only offered it in the afternoon. Our mommies were not happy, so we're going to put that at night as well. And dads, sorry.
You.
Sorry.
We're single dads. Yeah.
And seniors, it's for everybody. We're always going to continue Island Walkers, Meals on Wheels. Our van transportation is available. Our senior lunches, I'm focusing on my seniors this fall. We're working with the Rotary bus trips, cards, all those things. We're going to try to promote that. Ethel, we're going to get the seniors out of their house. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it.
Thank you.
A lot of calls have come in and said, Kim, where's that other bus? There was a bus that I think the previous director put in for. I am hounding the other end of the email. Where's the bus? It's still in procurement. When you get grant money for a vehicle that size, it takes 2 to 3 years. It's not a 1, 2, 3. So we are supposed to receive a 15-passenger bus at some point, whether it's this fall or early spring, and that will definitely help our senior transportation on the island. Right now, we have a 5-passenger. So when you have 15-passenger van for senior citizens, you can actually take smaller groups on bus trips or to the mall or to other locations. So I'm waiting on that bus as well. Other things coming up, for those that are interested in marina winter storage, those contracts are going to be available shortly. And we also are going to offer our fall golf rates. We're going to keep the course open as long as we can, probably until it snows at this point. Some of the things I've put together, I'm doing middle school dances. I know the schools used to do them in the past. I'm not sure if they're I haven't heard anything. My daughter's in the middle school, but I really want to focus on our middle schoolers this fall as well. And we're going to be doing 3 middle school dances. They are themed. They will be at the farm, DJ, pizza, pop, the whole 9 yards. And I will release those dates in the fall magazine as well. And they're scheduled for Fridays from 7:30 to 9:30 on the nights of the away football games. And I don't have the dates in my head.
Why the away? What's that?
Just
I
so,
mean-
you know, some of the kids, the middle school kids
to the
especially, they
high
all
school
go to the football games, but not so much the away games. So we want to have something on the island for those kids that are not attending the away games.
Oh,
It's
that's
not to say
neat.
don't go to the football game. It's just to have an option for the kids that are still on the island. And maybe mom and dad went to the football game. It's an option. And I think that's about it. So, you know, I reached out to the residents on Facebook. Again, I am John Smith. And I know that sounds silly. And if there's a program you're looking for, even with the commission or audience, if there's something you're looking for that you feel that would be a benefit to the community, that's what we are here for. Email me, Facebook me, however you want to get in touch with me, and I will do my best to get that program moving and grooving. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Old business, new business, subcommittees. Kim, you got Water's Edge Playscape Sunrise Park? We're at C, 10C, because Nelson and Kyle are not here.
I can do a quick update on Water's Edge. A lot of our programs are coming to a conclusion. Our swimming lessons, our golf program. You know, we kind of get those taken care of the first week of August. Everyone hits vacation and we're getting ready for back to school. So August is a kind of, I know I said it, back to school. August is not so much programming because we do respect everybody. We don't want to run programs when people are on vacation and getting ready for school. So we're getting things tied up with our programming there. And obviously we head right into September with our fall programming. Just an update, the range machine, the token machine hasn't been working for a couple of days. It's been a little sensitive. I called the company. They're sending me a brand new receptor that goes in there. So the once I receive that, those tokens will be working again. But the credit card swiper machine is working. We had our pool heater go down a couple of days ago on the large pool, and that is getting repaired on Monday. Just some updates. And the air conditioning unit at Smokies, it's 22 years old. Those are the original units in there. Those units will be replaced on Friday. I got confirmation that the new unit is going in there. So for those participants that are eating at the restaurant, it was very hot in there the last couple of days. I apologize. I can only move as fast as I can to get a new unit put in there. So the new unit's going to be replaced tomorrow. So they will have air.
Thank you.
That's about it.
I'd like to remind everybody that the summer concert series at Water's Edge are still going on. Tonight is the last one hosted by the Recreation Department, but Smokies will be running them through every Thursday in August. They have some big names coming. Those lights are flickering, right? It's not me. All right. Once again, I want to remind everybody about Paint the Town Red that falls on homecoming weekend. It is September 28th and 29th on Friday. During the parade that's at 4 o'clock, we will have the Recreation Department will be grilling hot dogs, and we'll be selling them pretty reasonable for a hot dog, chips, and a soda. And then going in after the game, we will